John Legend look-alike auditions for The Voice and shocks the coaches. What's up, twin? A contestant named Talakai shocked the vocal coach during Monday night's episode of the reality competition series. The singer from Sacramento, California, chose to do a rendition of Sam Smith's Stay With Me and captivated Legend with his soulful voice after only several verses. As soon as the All of Me artist turned his chair around, he smiled, instantly recognizing that his look-alike was performing before him. Reba McEntire also ended up hitting her button and swiveling her chair to see the vocalist. But Legend made sure to tell co-stars Gwen Stefani and Niall Horan to brace themselves before turning around. "Wait until you see his face," he said. "I'm looking at myself, like a taller, more handsome version of myself." "What's up, twin?" Talakai joked from the stage. The Grammy winner appeared genuinely flabbergasted in the moment. He shared, "On the internet, a lot of times people will send me pictures of people that they think look like me. Most of the time, I'm like, not really. Then I turn around and look at you and we have the same haircut. I'm like, he really legitimately looks like me." Talakai admitted that he's gotten the comparison more than a few times. "Every day at work, I get it. In school, they used to sing Ordinary People down the hallway all the time," he said. "I'm sorry I've been haunting you," Legend joked. "But now you're on The Voice, and I would love to have you on Team Legend." While Horan, 30, offered a thoughtful critique, McEntire, 68, shared how impressed she was with the singer, despite knowing he would end up going with Legend as his coach. "I'll tell you, I absolutely love your voice, your range," the country music star said. "I know I don't have a chance against John. I just wanted to come out and watch you. I'm already a huge fan, so welcome to The Voice." John Legend says Gwen Stefani dreamt about his two babies before their arrival was announced. The aspiring star did in fact go with Legend, who jumped up from his seat to celebrate and take a selfie with his doppelganger. According to NBC Insider, ahead of Talakai's audition, he opened up about being raised by his grandparents and ending up in the foster care system when they died. "I've been in about 10 homes. I went through physical and mental abuse. Throughout that time, I would always turn to music, and that helped me through those dark times," he revealed on the show. The Voice kicked off its 24th season on September 25, with new episodes airing every Monday on NBC. Never miss a story. Sign up for People's free daily newsletter to stay up to date on the best of what People has to offer, from juicy celebrity news to compelling human interest stories. People spoke to McEntire earlier this year about joining the show and replacing Blake Shelton, who left the series after season 23. She shared, "The country lane, I'm taking over for Blake, so I'm going to represent country music. He's got big boots. I don't know what size those boots are, but they're big, so I'm going to really work hard to make him proud." People also recently caught up with all 4 judges ahead of the premiere. When asked what's been most surprising about the new season, the Slow Hands artist joked, "How mean Gwen Stefani is to me. It's honestly truly shocking." Stephanie, 54, got in on the joke too. She added, "All of the girls in the whole world are going to be so mad at me. We're playing. It's a joke." He likes it. In an astonishing turn of events on the latest season of The Voice, an auditioner who bore an uncanny resemblance to superstar coach John Legend left the judges and audience in awe. The moment became an instant sensation, sparking reactions that ranged from surprise to amusement and disbelief. While The Voice is no stranger to incredible performances and emotional surprises, few moments have been as jaw-dropping as the appearance of this unexpected twin. As the show has proven time and again, it's a platform where anyone can rise to stardom, regardless of background or story. But rarely has an auditioner caused such a ripple of excitement by simply walking on stage, even before a single note was sung. The moment of mystery, it started like any other audition. The stage was dimly lit, with the coaches facing away from the performer, their chairs poised to turn with the press of a button if they liked what they heard. The suspense was thick in the air, as it always is during these blind auditions, with everyone wondering what kind of talent would emerge next. The mysterious contestant had an aura that immediately captivated the audience members, who could already see him as he prepared to sing. But it wasn't just his appearance that made people sit up in their seats. It was the sheer shock of realizing that the person standing center stage looked as if he could be John Legend's long-lost twin. From his close-cropped hair to his smooth, warm skin tone, and even the way he carried himself with a subtle confidence, it was as if the coach himself had taken a detour and decided to audition anonymously for his own show. With a gentle smile and a microphone in hand, the legend look-alike glanced towards the audience, acknowledging their murmurs and whispers with a calm nod. But his focus was elsewhere. The music began, and with the first few notes of an iconic soul ballad, all attention shifted to his voice. A voice like silk. As soon as he opened his mouth, it was clear that this audition wasn't just about his striking resemblance to the Grammy-winning coach. The contestant's voice had a richness that wrapped around each note, evoking shades of soul, jazz, and gospel all at once. It was a voice that commanded attention, deep, full of emotion, and yet effortlessly smooth. The song he chose was Marvin Gaye's "Let's Get It On," a classic that required not just vocal ability, but also the charisma to pull it off. And pull it off he did. His delivery was as passionate as it was controlled, with subtle runs that hinted at his vocal range, all while maintaining the sensuality and power that the song demanded. Within moments, the studio audience was mesmerized, and it didn't take long before hands began shooting up to encourage the coaches to turn around. The big reveal, the first coach to hit the button, was Kelly Clarkson. Her face lit up with delight as she swiveled to face the stage, her eyes widening with surprise at the sight before her. She blinked once, twice, and then, unable to hold back, burst into laughter. "Oh my God, no way!" she exclaimed, pointing in disbelief. "John, is that you? What's happening?" Niall Horan was next, his curiosity piqued by the incredible voice. But as soon as his chair turned, he let out an audible gasp. "This is unreal. You're him," he said, gesturing toward John, who was still facing away. "You're his doppelganger." The audience's anticipation mounted as John Legend, still oblivious to the commotion, seemed deeply engrossed in the performance. However, when Blake Shelton, who'd been teasingly holding out, finally turned his chair, his booming laughter echoed throughout the studio. "Well, I'll be darned," he drawled. "We've got two John Legends in the house." John Legend, by now aware that something peculiar was happening, seemed puzzled by his fellow coach's reactions. With a cautious smile, he pressed his button. As his chair slowly spun around, the moment he locked eyes with the auditioner was pure gold. John's jaw dropped. He blinked, squinted, and then leaned forward as if trying to process what he was seeing. "Whoa," he said, stunned. "What's up, twin?" The coach's reaction, the studio erupted in laughter, applause, and cheers. John Legend stood from his chair, taking a few steps toward the stage, still visibly shocked. A resemblance was undeniable. The height, the build, even the style of clothing, everything seemed to match. For a second, it almost felt like a mirror had been placed between them. "This is wild," John said with a laugh, shaking his head in disbelief. "You know, I thought for a second someone was playing a prank on me." Kelly, still laughing, jumped in. "I mean, how is this even possible? You look like John. You sing like John. I'm freaked out." The contestant, who introduced himself as Marcus Green, smiled warmly at the panel. "I've been told I look like John since I was about 16, he said. "But honestly, it's the biggest compliment. He's one of my idols." Don grinned. "Well, I'm flattered, Marcus. But let's be real. You've got your own thing going on, too. That voice was incredible, man. You did Marvin proud." The decision, with all four coaches vying for Marcus to join their teams, the decision fell on him. Kelly Clarkson made a passionate pitch, highlighting the uniqueness of his voice and the sheer fun they